All right, here's a video on how to import your content from a free for teacher course. So if you were using Canvas previously when you were using it for free, you know that you went to canvas.instructure.com. So go ahead and go to that and find the course that you want to copy the content over. Remember, pause the video whenever you need to get caught up here. So go ahead, find the course. I'm going to use this as an example. All right, and so then when you're into the course, you want to come down here to the left and click on Settings. Once you're in the settings for the course, you want to go over to Export Course Content. Okay, ignore this up here. You probably won't see this. And it's quite simple. You want to export the entire course. So click Create, Export. All right, so I'm going to let mine run. You should let yours run too. So be sure to pause the video as this does its thing. All right, so hopefully your course has successfully been exported. It'll say this, and you should get an email saying that your course has been successfully exported. All right, you don't have to click on that link in the email though. If you just come up here to New Export, that will allow you to save the file. So here's the file name, and it exports as a .imscc file. You could rename this, but I'm not so sure I want you to mess with it. Just keep it simple. Put it in a good spot, like maybe your downloads folder, so make sure that's selected. And then go ahead and click Save. So you're saving it to your computer. It's going to come down here, but do not open it. Your computer will not know what to do with it. Only Canvas really knows what to do with it as of this point. Okay? So you have that file down there. Just leave it. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go into our new Canvas accounts, which I have in another tab here. So recall, if you know the login, it's d120.instructure.com. So take a few seconds to go to another tab, and if you haven't already, log in to your d120.instructure.com Canvas site. And pause the video if you need to. All right, so moving forward. So hopefully you find the right course, okay? So here is my D120 course, and here's the same corresponding course. Now, make sure you get the right semester. In another video, I showed you how you can just display like semester 1, for example. So if you mouse over that bottom link in a way, it says semester 1, so that's the course I want. I have all my semester 1 courses here, plus this Growing with Canvas course. So if I click on this and open it up, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Settings, and I'm going to import course content. Okay. Now, if you mess this up before the class actually starts, it's not a big deal, because you can reset the course content and it'll wipe out everything that you brought in. So you can reset the course content. But if you're a couple days in, or a week in, or 2 weeks in, that's not going to be something that you want to click. So now let's go back up and import the course content. So I'm going to click that button right there. I'm going to click on the drop down arrow, and I'm going to import the Canvas course export package. That's what I saved to my computer. So I click on that. Now I'm going to choose the file. I saved mine in my downloads folder, and look, there it is at the top. So go ahead and click to select that. Should end in .imscc. You might not have your file name extension showing, so hopefully the name matches up. Go ahead and click Open. And then, this is kind of interesting. all content or select specific content? Well, a lot of us, when we were on the Free for Teacher, we did our entire year course at Mundelein in one Canvas course. Well, how is it set up in our new courses? Well, they're set up by semester. So I'm taking a year-long course, all the content, and importing it into a course that really is just a semester. Now, if you're grabbing a semester course on the Free for Teacher and putting in a semester course in our new interface, well, that's probably no big deal. But really what I recommend is just bring everything in. You can always hide it or delete it in the new course. That's my recommendation. Okay, so you can go this route of selecting specific content, but there's a lot of little things you got to select. So let's go all content. This next option here, adjust events and due dates. Okay, if you click on that, what will happen is they can Canvas can import and adjust the dates accordingly so that the assignments and such fall at about the same time in the year. All right, now of course the challenge is that I'm bringing a year-long course into a semester now, but you know what? I'm going to set the dates as though this is a year-long, and I probably just won't use the second half of the content. All right, so if we look at the beginning date, all right, well, that is from my previous course on the Free for Teacher. All right, so if I look at this, well, that was back in around August 13th of 2019. So I'm going back to August 13 of 2019. Or actually, we might have started on the 8th. Well, you know what? That's not overly critical, I don't think, so long as you're close. Actually, it might be good to push it back a little bit more because I'd rather have the dates be a little later when they're new than earlier. So I'm going to go August 13th. And then if you're doing a semester-long course, last year you should have ended up on December 18, so go back to that. But as I said, I'm putting this as a full year course, all right? Even though it's not, it won't run as a full year course. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go back to May 19th because that was the true end. So May 19th. All right. So those were the real dates from last year. And so I want to change to, well, I want it to go with the current year dates. Now I know this year is a little bit crazy if you're talking 2021 school year. So might be starting on like an August 13th. Again, you don't have to be super precise. And then if you were doing a semester course, I would go with 12/20, December 20th. Or if you're doing May, like I'm bringing in a year-long course, this is set to May 19th. That's pretty darn close. I'm going to go with May 20th, I think is the official date this year, but who knows, okay? I haven't really messed with substitution. I think that deals with a lot like days of the week. Yeah, something like that, okay? So you might have a use for that. You can play with that. Remember, you can always remove things if you do it before the class really starts. And so, quite simply, we click the import button, and it's going to do its thing. Okay, it says that it's queued, so that means it's not completed yet. And so we'll wait till this says completed. So why don't you go ahead and pause the video, and when you get completed, go ahead and resume the video. All right, so hopefully you saw it queued, then running. Now it says completed. All right, so if that's the case, go ahead and check out your content to see if it kind of matches up. So if you go to, for example, modules, you should see all your modules, okay? Pretty much probably how you left them. You know, you've used Canvas before if you're watching this video, so you can reorganize them. But what I would highly recommend, most of us probably do this, is you don't make modules visible. You make content visible as you go through the course. Okay, so you might want to take some time and do that. With assignments, if you look at that, hopefully the due dates have been adjusted correctly. Let's see here. Yeah, so not available until, etc. Not available to. Looks like mine kind of ended up coming out correctly. Now, if you go to your student view, okay, let me close out of this. If I go to my course, there we go. I clicked up here, and if you go to student view, what you find is the student is going to see all the assignments listed. So you might not want that, okay? And so you might want to totally hide or make not visible the all the assignments. So I'm going to leave student view, and I'm going to go back to my assignments, and then I could start hiding all these assignments. And if you had them grouped, you're probably in better shape. But that's something that you could do if you don't even want them visible for the students. Just a reminder, if you feel you messed something up, you can always go to settings, and then on the right hand side you could reset the course content, but you don't want to be doing that after the course is really started. So keep that in mind.